Hello, captains, and welcome to my gaming channel, Justice Gaming. I am your host, Brent Justice, and welcome to some Star Trek Online news. Yes, it's time for another news video shortly after the last one, and Cryptic is the one to blame for that one. Actually, no, I say blame, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing that Cryptic has released this now because it's more stuff to the game, and that's what we want, more things to add to the game. And I am, of course, talking about the new, it's not called House Reborn. They need to remove that. It's not Delta Rising. These are old videos. What's it called? It's called Reflections, Star Trek Online Reflections, the newest update to Star Trek Online. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. This came out like literally shortly, like directly after the TOS faction temporal recruit event. So they brought back the temporal recruit event where you can become a new temporal recruit again if you never got the chance. And they've kind of changed that up with some rewards, and they kind of cleaned that up from old missions and areas that might not be there. And then they also revamped, I'll say revamped because really it is, the TOS missions, several of the TOS missions, all of the TOS missions at the beginning of the TOS faction when you start that new character. They have new environments, new art assets. It looks really good. New character models. You can really tell in some of them that the character models have been greatly improved. So that happened, and that's a cool experience, and that's new for Star Trek Online. But then a week later, now we have this new Star Trek Online Reflections that's in the game. And once again, that is a pretty big update. We have a new mission to play, a new TFO, some fun stuff here. And so that's what I'm going to be going over in the news today, is all about this new news. Pretty much. Simple as that. Let's go through it. Here's the launch trailer. I'm not going to play it for obvious copyright reasons, but certainly go to StarTrekOnline.com and check it out yourself. I have not watched it yet, but I will. Step into the mirror, captains. You may never be the same. Star Trek Online is proud to announce Reflections, our newest story update, launching after maintenance today, which when this was posted, that was then. It's out now. The Terran Emperor is up to something so dastardly that Admiral Leda from the Mirror Universe has come to you for help. Can you save both realities from tyranny, or will you fall to the darkness on the Looking Glass's other side? Reflection stars the returning Chase Masterson playing Leda, the role she originated on DS9. Leda has been a thorn in the side of the Federation for years. Can those differences be put aside? Can you even trust her? But that's not all. Reflections also comes with the first content from Star Trek Lower Decks in stow. You'll be able to obtain and command the Parliament class, popularized by the USS Vancouver in the animated comedy, as well as obtaining some of the weapons used by Starfleet on the show. In our next task force operation, Operation Wolf, you'll invade the mirror version of Earth Space Dock, experiencing the tyrannical universe's version for the very first time. And you'll be able to purchase the Elite Captain Boost token and upgrade your captain with a new kit module slot, new device slot, and new trait slot in both ground and space. But that's not all. Starting after maintenance today, which is now, you can grab a free pack of mirror gear, including Discovery Era Terra Empire uniform, Terran Empire Odyssey uniform, one Terran Empire Sonic Phaser high-density beam rifle, one Terran Empire Sonic Phaser stun pistol, one Mirror Universe Agony rifle, one dual ambush turret kit module, one small XP boost. The special giveaway, it will be available from 9/28 until I don't know when. So there you go. Star Trek Reflections. It's Mirror Universe time. Why are we getting a bunch of Mirror Universe stuff right now? I don't know, but I know I love it. Mirror Universe is definitely an interesting part of Star Trek, right? And I enjoy the things from that. Now, who the Emperor is, the Terran Emperor, at this time period. I don't know who that is, so that might be interesting to find out, because who could it be? Who would it be? I don't know. I really don't know. But having Mirror Lita, and let me tell you, she's looking really good right here. This is great. She looks great right here. I think that's her anyway. I think it should be. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is really gonna be fun. So let's talk a little bit more about some other things they've got coming or in here as well. Remastering 25th century starships. I'm not going to read all of this report stuff here. Well, maybe I have to. Okay, so I don't know what all this is. I haven't read any of this stuff yet. Subspace, communicate data packet, ionic interference, transmission decryption, United Federate / Imperial Starfleet Advanced Starship Design Bureau from the Office of Lord Baron Vice Admiral Phil. This report describes initial qualitative and quantitative findings for several new variant starship classes deployed in the past several months. These starships represent an essential step on the path of glory for the Terran Empire, while there is merit in pursuing generally. So it seems like these are like mirror versions of these ships. What I'm looking for is to see exactly what's new here. Review the attached readiness report. USS Cabot was initially slated to be the 11th Shran-class starship in the commission for long-range pilots, but the escalated tensions within Klingon says the need for starship combines strength endurance with a heavier Alpha strike capability. The Cabot features 2 large dorsal pylons attached to the main hull and inboard of the nacelles. A large portion of its troop base have been sacrificed for an increased magazine size. I love how they cut in with the Mirror Universe description with the regular universe description. That's really cool. But they don't really get into specifics about what's making these new ships unique. USS Bozeman. Yeah. I guess these are just newer versions. I'm not really sure. I mean, it's not very clear here what these are going to be. Are you going to be able to play them normally? I'm not sure. Any Imperial officers worth their salt knows of vigilance. Okay, maybe here's where we're going to learn about it. Updating 25th century starships. In the 11 plus years after Star Trek Online has been boldly going, we have brought hundreds of ships from the Star Trek universe to life. Not only have we recreated ships featured in Star Trek shows and films, but we've also developed a unique language for what starships look like in the second decade of Star Trek's 25th century. And I agree, they have, and I like their design a lot better than the Discovery, or I should say the Discovery's reimagination of the future, or the Discovery language, whatever. I like Star Trek Online's language for the 25th century ships. I think they look like 25th century ships. I really do. They're a natural progression from the 24th century. I like them a lot. Beginning with Age of Discovery, found ourselves building starships to an ever-increasing level of detail, and over the past few years, we've remastered many of our fan-favorite canon ships to an unprecedented fidelity. But this has left a gap in quality between the newly remastered canon starships and some of the older Stowe original ships meant to be the evolution of canon, fan favorites such as the Galaxy to the Andromeda or the Intrepid to the Pathfinder. And so, when we decided that the plan for our next huge story arc was going to be the Mirror Universe, we got excited, as this was the perfect time to address that quality gap. We wanted our Stowe original designs and starships made with our signature style to match the fidelity and detail we've been able to imbue in the starships from Discovery and our recent legendary ship remasters. In the Mirror Universe, the 25th century Starfleet would be the bad guys, and we could set aside time to make sure that the ships were up to snuff. This meant we could remaster some of our favorite 25th century ship designs and in addition create some new variants and add variety to the updated Terran Imperial fleet. Note, these new variants are not available as playable ships for the time being. Okay. The goal with these changes was to be able to put these Stowe-era starships next to our remastered Galaxy or Intrepid class and have them both coexist with a similar quality and attention to detail. We can't wait for you all to get a closer look at the hard work that's been done, and we hope you enjoy taking some of these ships out for another spin. Here is a breakdown of all the Starfleet ships that have been updated. Some were total remasters, while others were less extensive materials and detail updates. If you have one of these ships, make sure to visit the ship customization interface and select the proper preset, then apply it to your ship to see the update correctly. So you do need to make sure you go to that ship customization interface and do just that, select the preset and apply it so that you can see what the new remastered version of it looks like. So you've got the Andromeda class Explorer cruiser, you've got the Concorde class command battle cruiser, the Gagarin class battle cruiser, the Edison class warship, the Pathfinder class long-range science vessel, the Reliant class advanced light cruiser, Scott class miracle worker cruiser, Shran class pilot escort, Somerville class intel science vessel, and Sutherland class advanced science vessel. So that's just some of them. I would think they would do a lot more than that. Hopefully they plan to do more than that, but that is quite nice anyway. And I like this. So, it makes sense, right, to update their older ships, although some of these were newer ships, weren't they? Like these, like the Edison and stuff. These are newer releases they've had. I just, it sounds like they are. The Edison, the Somerville, those sound like newer releases. Well, anyway, I like the idea of going back and updating older releases, and I hope they really do that, like on all of them. Yeah, I just hope they keep doing that, because it sounds like some of these are maybe not so much older ships, but still newer ships that have been released. I want to see them go back and go through their entire discography of starships that they, like the very original ones that were out in the game, those basic ones that you play with, and like redo all of them, remaster them. Those are the ones that really need it. And the older Zen Store ships, the original Zen Store ships they released, I would love to see them update those. But I like the idea, I like where this is going, and I hope that continues. That's all I can say. Remastering ships, keeping up to date with how they look graphically should definitely be done. Same thing with character models. Also, keep on that, because that's important stuff in this game. Okay, the next thing, a little bit of back-end stuff for the game here. Upcoming OS and DirectX support changes. This is kind of important. Greetings. As of February 15th, 2022, so just right around the corner here in February, that's the anniversary, by the way, Star Trek Online and Neverwinter will no longer be supporting Windows 7 and Direct3D Feature Level 10. This decision was made in order to improve game performance, optimize the player experience, and facilitate future development. In order to make this transition as smooth as possible, we have put together some detailed information. What operating system should I be upgrading to? After February 15th, Windows 8 or 10 will be required. For the best play experience, we recommend 10. So there you go. No more Windows 7 gameplay. That could be a little detrimental, because this game is playable on older hardware quite easily, and there might be a lot of people still playing on Windows 7. I mean, it's a possibility. So this could affect a lot of people. But yeah, it looks like 8 or 10. I mean, who's playing 8? But it looks like you're going to have to at least upgrade to Windows 10 if you want to play Star Trek Online anymore. I mean, I guess that's going to allow the game to be pushed forward a little more. But there you go. That's a pretty big change right there. It's going to maybe affect a lot of people. I'm not sure. To play Star Trek Online and Neverwinter after February 15th, 2022, you'll need a video card that supports Direct3D Feature Level 11 or better. So DX11 is what they're talking about here. They say feature level because that's technically they're not, I don't think it's being said exactly correctly here, because Direct3D 11 is what the package is called, the API, but the feature level is like different. You have feature level, different shader model levels for the DirectX version. So but saying this, basically what they're just saying is you need DX11, a video card that supports DX11. And really, that should be any modern video card. I mean, for dating back several years. Any video card that only supports up to DX9 or 10, I guess 9 doesn't work anymore, but up to 10 would be a really ancient video card at this point. So honestly, this shouldn't affect too many people, this specific feature here. So anything from a GTX 400 or better, or a Radeon HD 5000 or better, or Intel Graphics 4000 or better. Above all, take a close look at the manufacturer's documentation, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, a DX11 video card, that's anybody that's playing PC games today is going to have a DX11 capable video card. That's not a difficult one. Starting in November 2021, if you are running on Windows 7 or using a video card with D3D feature level 10, you will be informed of the upcoming incompatibility via the launcher. As of February 2022, Stowe and Neverwinter will no longer be supporting Windows 7 or a video card with D3D feature level 11. Players who do not meet the updated requirements will get a pop-up over the launcher indicating that this launcher will close automatically when clicking OK. It will not be possible to log in or patch without upgrading. So there you go. You're going to need Windows 8 or 10. You're going to need a DirectX 11 video card, and I guess that's to help facilitate future graphics updates they wish to make to the game, and I hope it does, because this is a very old gaming engine. When this game engine came out, DirectX 9, D3D 9, was the prevailing API. So just keep that in mind. This game was released with DirectX 9 in mind, okay? That's what it was. And then they later upgraded it to support DirectX 10, which was debatably not a great DirectX version, had a lot of problems, but then D3D 11 came along and it was much better. And I don't think this game necessarily uses a lot of, advanced features or whatever, but maybe for compatibilities, I don't know what it uses, but yeah, D3D 11, that's kind of standard today. You should expect that for any game that's out today. Now, what I wonder is, will they be taking advantage of D3D 12 anytime soon? I would love to see that being used, especially to reduce CPU overhead. D3D 12 can reduce a lot of CPU utilization and CPU overhead, and that could be beneficial to this game. Because you overlap a lot of those menus in this game, and you'll see your CPU increase quite a bit, because this game's UI is terrible at managing CPU resources. It just really is. So D3D 12 could help in that way for this game. I would love to see that. But then there's other things too. I'd really love them just to increase the texture size, their mesh size. It's all very small. They have a very small texture and mesh size to work with in this game, and it really holds it back graphically. The animation is also clunky in this game. Now, I know it uses NVIDIA PhysX, and it did at launch. A lot of people are now seeing that new NVIDIA PhysX screen at boot in the game. NVIDIA PhysX has been used in this game since its launch, so just keep that in mind. That's not a new feature. It's just that they're now putting it on their boot menu when it starts up. But the game already supported it, and I don't know specifically what it's using for physics. It's not hardware accelerated physics, so keep that in mind. There's a separation here. It's not using hardware accelerated physics. It's using software accelerated physics. It's using the PhysX engine for physics. Just like you would use Havoc for physics. Most likely, my guess might be it's using it for the debris system. That's just a guess. But it's not a hardware accelerated thing. It's software physics. PhysX physics. That's just a brand of physics. So just keep that in mind. That's not really new. But anyway, I'd like to see where they're going forward with this game on all this stuff. That should be interesting. And then, of course, we got Windows 11 right around the corner. And hopefully they will have compatibility with Windows 11. I'm hoping they release a patch or a statement or something that, because Windows 11 really is a month away. October 15th or something, I think, is the release date. It's very soon. So between October and November, we're going to see a lot of Windows 11 stuff. And I hope this game officially supports it. We haven't heard that word yet, but they need a statement. They need a patch. They need something to say, we will officially support Windows 11. Now, I imagine it would be because it's pretty much Windows 10 with a enhanced user interface. But still, you get my saying. It's like, they need to come out and say, yes, we officially support Windows 11 on this game. It'll run just fine. Now, all this has nothing to do with consoles, obviously. This is PC only. But I only play the PC version, so that's what I know. Anyway, let's move on. I'm spending a lot of time on that. Make your captains one of the elite. As the Khitomer Alliance steps into a new era with peace in the Klingon Empire and a bright future ahead, captains across all quadrants have begun entering special training programs sponsored by the Alliance and taught by some of her greatest heroes. These master classes have taken the leadership of the Federation, Klingon Empire, Romulan Republic, and even the Dominion to new heights of skill, working together and learning from one another. These four disparate groups are people are becoming something far more than they ever were apart. You can take advantage of this too with the Elite Captain Boost token. Purchasing one of these tokens to upgrade one of the captains on your account, similar to the experimental ship upgrade for ships. Applying a token to your captain will add one personal space trait, one ground space or one ground trait, one device slot, and one kit module slot. These slots are in addition to the ones that your captain may already have, upgrading their power and versatility to the next level. These tokens only apply to the character at a time, so make sure to apply them to the captain you want to use them on. The Elite Captain Boost token retails for 1,500 Zen for a single token, or you can buy a group of 3 for 3,000. However, from September 14th to October 14th, both the bundle of 3 and single tokens will be 35% off. Grab them at a discount while you can. The first ship from Lower Decks. Alongside the release of our next major story upgrade, the Infinity Lockbox will be enjoying a full-length run as a featured lockbox. This run has already been underway, but starting with the next story update, which arrives on PC very soon, a brand new Tier 6 starship will be added to the existing ship choices, and a series of exciting new Lower Decks-themed items will be added to the Low-Buy store. Chief among these additions is the Parliament Miracle Worker Surveyor Cruiser Tier 6. Which can now be chosen from among the existing selections of Tier 6 starships in any Infinity Prize Pack won by opening Infinity Lockbox. Complete ship details are further below. The following new items will be featured in the Low-Buy Crystal Consortium store, available immediately for purchase. Now, I will say right off the bat, I have not seen Lower Decks, so I have no idea what this ship is. I have no idea about any of this stuff. I have not seen the series at all. So you're going to get some Lower Decks uniforms. I guess that's what they look like. You're going to be getting some special issue phaser weapons, which I guess are in the show. I'm not going to read all of this, but if you're interested in the show and you're interested in these things coming to Star Trek Online, I suppose they could interest you. I'll just, you can pause this video and read all this if you want. Or you can also go to StarTrekOnline.com and read all this. Lower Decks personal traits. You're going to get some personal traits as well. And then the Parliament Miracle Worker Surveyor class. Yeah, never heard of it. Don't know what it is. But here are the ship stats on it. 1 Lieutenant Tactical, 1 Commander Engineering Miracle Worker, 1 Lieutenant Engineering, 1 Lieutenant Commander Science, 1 Lieutenant Universal Miracle Worker. So there's the specs if you're interested in that ship. I'm really not interested in it, but hey, if you are, there you go. There's the rest of it. So that's coming to the game, if you're interested in that. Now, this is interesting. Equal and opposite. As part of our upcoming content release from September 14th to October 14th, PC captains playing Star Trek Online will have access to a special event called the Equal and Opposite. This new event will provide participating captains with an impressive reward, the Mirror Universe Gagarin Warship Tier 6, along with Terran Empire Agony Phaser Weapon Packs and Space Weapon-specific Ultimate Tech upgrades for the first character on your account to claim the prize. Read on to find out more about the event and its rewards. Participating in this event grants daily progress toward the grand prize, a Mirror Universe Gagarin warship. Additionally, the first character on your account that claims this reward will also receive 8 Terran Empire Agony Phaser weapon packs, and your choice of starship weapon type, and 3 ultimate tech upgrades, beam cannon projectile tech. Obtaining the grand prize requires 20 daily progress, and captains can earn 1 daily progress per account per day by playing the new TFO called Operation Wolf, the Counterpoint TFO, or the new mission Firewall, or the Jabberwock episode. Once captains have obtained 20 daily progress on their account, they can claim the Mirror Universe Gagarin warship. After that, the event will still be playable, granting a scaling dilithium reward that begins at 8,000 and scales 1,000 ore for every day you participate in the event, up to a cap of 50,000 ore per day. Captains will also have the option to purchase their remaining progress in the event with Zen. The price for this buyout will prorate based on the amount of progress you've made. So, the Terran Empire builds the bulk of their fleet to fill the role of aggressive gunship, capable of preemptive strikes and equipped to achieve victory in any conflict the ships inevitably seem to counter. The Gagarin warship is no exception to this standard practice and fills the role with style and ease, with an array of ample weaponry and sturdy build with solid mid-range mobility. The warship is truly capable of acting as a formidable component of any fleet or starships. It features a Lieutenant Commander Command Specialist Bridge Officer seat. It's Tier 6, Faction Any, required rank must complete tutorial, hull modifier 1.25, shield modifier 0.9, 4 forward weapons, 4 aft weapons, 3 device slots, 1 Lieutenant Tactical, 1 Commander Tactical, 1 Lieutenant Commander Engineering, 1 Ensign Science, 1 Lieutenant Commander Universal/Command. So this is more of a tactically inclined ship. 5 tactical, 4 engineering, 2 science, scales with level. Base turn rate 12.18 impulse, inertia 45 plus 10 to weapon plus 10 to shield. The Universal Console Destructive Protomatter Wave Projector can equip dual cannons. You've got the Starship Mastery Package of Destroyer and an Admiralty card. The Terran Empire was never successful in perfecting the Genesis project, much to the appreciation of other denizens of the Mirror Universe. However, there still exist byproducts of that research, including this device, which is capable of utilizing massive waves of cohesive radiation to break down matter into its constituent components, a necessary first step in the intended process of Genesis. This weaponized technology targets multiple enemy vessels in a forward-facing cone, ripping their hulls apart over a period of time. And any such infected vessels are destroyed while the effects are present, they will send out a secondary shockwave of radiation which may inflict additional foes in their area in a continuing chain reaction. This console additionally provides a boost to all damage from energy weapons and all damage resistance versus energy weapons. It can be equipped on any starship in any slot, but you may only equip one of these consoles. Starship trait Protomatter Precursor Shields. After using a captain ability, the front shield facing gains immunity damage for 5 seconds. During this time, the front facing also regenerates a modest amount. The Terran Empire experimented with various forms of protomatter for reactive shielding, forming clumps of undifferentiated carbon in the path of incoming weapons fire. Ultimately, this proved inefficient for the fleet due to cost reasons, but the defensive strength can be appealing to an individual ship. This is a special event for our next content drop and is not part of the event campaign. You'll be able to try out all of this new content very soon on PC. So that's now, basically. So that is the reward. That's really interesting. I would be interested in having this ship as an event reward. That's pretty cool. All right, now let's get into the patch notes. So my recording of this is on September 16th. So there have been a lot of patches. 15th, on 16th, there's been 3 patches. Oh, here's the first patch on the 14th. Okay, let's start there. So on the 14th, the Equal and Opposite event became available. This featured event will be a standalone event separated from the event campaign. This new event will provide participating captains with an epic reward, Mirror Universe Gagarin warship. Captains must earn 1 daily progress per account per day by playing those missions, we said. The rewards, accruing a total of 20 points, will progress you to claim the Mirror Universe Gagarin warship. The first character on your account that claims the grand prize will also get the Agony Phaser Weapon Pack, Ultimate Tech Upgrade, and Dilithium. There's a Zen buyout option. New content, Discover Firewall, is a brand new episode being featured in the Mission Journal as well as being included as part of the event. Participating in the new Task Force Operation Wolf will gain you progress toward that as well. You've got the Elite Captain Training Token. This new system will allow captains to upgrade beyond their current limits. We already saw that. And then they added additional optimizations to various UI windows to improve performance. Well, I was just talking about that earlier. What a coincidence. Okay, so they have made some progress in trying to create UI window performance. That's good. Resolved an issue where the Genesis Seed planetoid could sometimes be affected or even destroyed by powers from external sources. Updated the description of the Fleet Sec Strike Wing Escort to match the console layout present on the actual ship. Some known issues. The Elite Captain Training System can be accessed in space maps but only works on ground maps. Playing Firewall in a team of 4 or 5 will sometimes cause enemies to spawn inside an asteroid in the space map, blocking progress. There's a known issue where playing Firewall can occur if a captain is killed by the leaking plasma conduits. You will respawn in a position that will prevent progression through the episode. So don't get killed by the plasma conduits. That's terrible. Alright, now let's go to the next patch, 9.15. Resolved an issue that could sometimes cause the client to crash upon loading into the episode Firewall. Good. Resolved an issue that could sometimes prevent progression while in the second data lab after downloading the information during the episode Firewall. So they fixed some Firewall episode issues. That's good because I haven't played it yet and I don't want any issues. Another patch for the 16th, this is today, resolved an issue that was causing an audible red alert siren to play while on Earth space dock. I heard that was a problem. Resolved an issue that was causing incorrect weapon art to display for the Lower Decks Phaser Split Beam Rifle Special Issue. Improved the Biomler Effect Personal Space Trait, increasing its chance to trigger from 2.5 to 17.5%. Some abilities that teleport the player to a foe's location will no longer function on the ISS Tigris. Updated Lower Decks Personal Space Trait icons colors to be consistent with all space traits. Addressed inconsistent naming of the ground trait Space Explorer is a great gig. Resolved an issue that was preventing the icon for the following items to properly appear. Alright, other known issues. There is a known issue causing the date and times to not display properly in the Events tab of the journal. The Elite Captain Training System can be accessed in space maps but only works on ground maps. Playing Firewall in a team of 4 to 5 will sometimes cause enemies to spawn inside an asteroid, blocking your progress. And there's still a known issue if you are killed by plasma conduits. You will respawn in a position that will prevent progressing through the episode. So don't get killed by the plasma conduits. Okay, and yet another. Oh, no, this is the same update. This was today. Okay, so I just have 2 tabs open. So they still have that issue about dying with plasma conduits. I'm going to have to watch that because I have not played the mission yet. So when I play it, I'm going to make sure I don't die by a plasma conduit or I will not have progression. That would be bad. So that's all the patch notes. And that brings us up to date on Star Trek Online right now. New event called Star Trek Online Reflections. Mirror universe involved. We've got a new mission called Firewall to play. We've got a new TFO called Operation Wolf. We have a new ship to grind. The event reward is a Gagarin ship, tier 6 starship. And the event is called Equal and Opposite. And some remastered ships coming. Just make sure to reapply those new skins in the customization menu or you won't see the update. And then of course you still have the TOS faction going on where you can become a new temporal recruit character and also replay those TOS missions now with updated graphics. And then of course some OS changes. Make sure that if you have Windows 7 you're not going to be playing Star Trek Online anymore. So it's time to upgrade. Windows 10, Windows 11, it's time. And if you're already on Windows 10, you should be fine. And if you've got any kind of modern day video card, you should be fine. But if you do find yourself with a very old video card that does not support DirectX 11, you may want to look at upgrading also with that, but honestly, that shouldn't be a huge problem. But it could be for some, I suppose. So just keep that in mind. But that is what we can expect for Star Trek Online right now. Can't believe that we got this big update right after, the other big update two right in a row. But that's great for me and great for everybody else because I really enjoy the new content. It keeps the game interesting, and you find that more people are in the game playing it when there's new events like this, when there's new things to do. And that makes it exciting for everybody. So I'm excited about that because if you stall, if you don't have new content, it's going to die out. You have to keep it fresh. That's just the nature of the game. So there you go. And I hope you all enjoy this event. I will be playing the new mission. I will be playing the new TFO. I will make videos on all of that. I will make an introductory video going into the game and showing what's new and what we can do inside the game as well. With this new update, I'll be doing all of that, so stay tuned on my channel if you want to see that. You know how to do that. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification icon to get the notification when new videos have come out. Give the video a like if you like it. Those things will help and allow you to know when I post those new videos. All right, I think that covers everything. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.